My name is Daniel Slade. I'm a product geologist managing the Pine Point project. I basically interpret geologic information from core samples. I help plan drill holes and manage the drills and the camp. Um, I also make sure that all the environmental standards are met and do all the inspections and analyze the core for mineralization, looking for galena and sphalerite, which are the lead and zinc ore, and all that's done out here at Pine Point. I worked for a drilling company for quite a long time. Most of my drilling was in water well, environmental, geotechnical, and we did do a little bit of exploration. And on one of the exploration projects, one of the geologists analyzing core, each downtime I had, I would spend, over there picking his brain, like, what is it I'm looking at? What is this so cool? And it was his suggestion that maybe I should think about working on the other side of the drill, as he said. And so I just slowly started going to school, and the more I learned, the more fascinating it became. And always, even looking at the core when I was doing the drilling, like I was just so amazed by the complexities and intricacies of just the rock itself, and just the amount of information contained in it. The more I learned, it was incredible. It was incredible. Yeah, that's basically what started it all. So I started off at Camosun College in Victoria, and then transferred to UVic, and then ultimately transferred to Vancouver Island University, which is in Nanaimo on Vancouver Island. And I finished my Bachelor of Science there, and it was great. It was a really, really, really great experience, actually. My favorite thing is learning the history behind the rocks. So by that I mean, like, every lithology is able to offer some sort of history as to how it was formed, and just for example, use the Pine Point Formation here. That history can be related to something that's in present day, right? For instance, the Pine Point Formation formed about 360 million years ago in the middle Devonian as a type of reefal structure similar to what would be the Great Barrier Reef out of Australia now. Like, it's amazing. Like, the history contained within a small little portion of rock is incredible. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I mean, it's a giant basin, right? And we're just on this. I mean, Pine Point is just this little bit of a pinnacle reef that is just slightly higher, and then just keeps building higher and higher and higher. And the ocean stretched like just an unfathomable, like most of North America, right? Like it's pretty incredible. All like southern Alberta and all the way up to the I guess what is the Arctic Ocean now. Like, it used to be basically a shallow sea. Before Pine Point, I kind of started out doing just core logging with Pine Point with the company I work for, which is Aurora Geosciences out of Yellowknife. Just because I lived in Hay River, and it was a obvious choice for them to not have to send me somewhere else. But so I got from there I went to did a little bit of work with Aurora Geosciences at Acadie, just helping out. Aurora was hired as a contractor, I guess, and then came back to Pine Point, and then after there was a slowdown in Pine Point, I went up to the tundra and did some till sampling, and then came back here. And this is where I am now. Because any kind of, I haven't read any novels on geology, unfortunately. Most of them are textbooks, and not many people want to read a textbook. But a book suggestion that someone could read is any of the National Geographic roadside geology books. They're fantastic. They give really concise and clear descriptions of along, like, the Dempster Highway is a great one. The roadside geology of the Dempster Highway. Descriptions of how the rocks were formed, what kind of crystals or geodes, or what you can find as you're driving. And they're great books to learn a little bit more about geology, especially if you're doing a road trip. So if you're interested in getting into geology, it's a great career. You can learn so much about not just certain types of deposits, but the whole Earth and the Earth systems as a whole, and the interconnectedness of pretty much everything we do. it's an amazing avenue in terms of the science, and there's tons of opportunities all around the world. So it's if you like travel and like to be outdoors, like to work hard, it's a great career opportunity. It really is. Happy National Science Literacy Week.